Alright, today we're taking a look at a 2015 Cadillac ATS with the 2.0 turbo motor in there for the valve cover, timing chain, and vacuum pump. The hardest thing about this job is getting the vacuum pump out, which sits way back here, and there's 3 bolts in it, and 1 bolt is almost impossible to get out unless you remove all of the cowling up here, your windshield wiper motor, windshield wipers, all that. Once you remove that, which will take you, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, then you can get at those bolts without too much trouble. Then the next thing is getting the valve cover off once you have the vacuum pump out. That's not too bad. I don't know, got 15 bolts or so in there. That comes off okay. You got a couple of hoses for the evap system and PCV valve, all that. And then you take the front cover off. The harmonic balancer is very tight, so you may have to fight with that a little bit because there's really no room to get an impact wrench in there. I made a special tool to hold the harmonic balancer so I could loosen it up. And then you want to make sure you have all the timing lined up before you pull the old chain off. Right here, you can see there's a timing mark there, and a timing mark here. And down here on the crank sprocket, there's a timing mark at about 4 o'clock. So you get all those lined up, put your guides in, put it all back together, and you're looking pretty good. The roughest part, like I said, is getting that vacuum pump motor out of the very back of there. And when you put that back in, you got to make sure you've got it lined up right. Harmonic balancer can be a little bit of trouble. The timing chain really went together pretty good. Now on that valve cover, you would think when you buy the valve cover gaskets, it would come with all the gaskets that go in the valve cover, but you would be wrong. The gasket for the vacuum pump is a completely different gasket, and you got to order that separately. The only place I found that was this Erling, E-L-R-I-N-G 587890. Kind of hard to get that number in there, but it's E-L-R-I-N-G, part number 587890, and then that seal goes into here, and then you can put the valve cover back on and the vacuum pump in. Because by the time you get the vacuum pump out of that little hole right there, that seal is already tore up, and they're famous for leaking around that anyway, so you always want to replace that. Same thing with the valve cover gasket. Once they get a little stiff and brittle, they're no good. Also going to put a front seal in for the crank. Now there is no gasket for that, but they do have a little bit of sealant around there. So my new gasket, my new seal will be put into here, a little sealant, silicone around the cover, and nothing on the valve cover except for the seals that go in there, and then put this thing back together. It's really not too bad of a job once you get that vacuum pump out, but like I say, to get that, you got to remove all this cowling right there, and then it's kind of difficult, but you can get in there. And my hands aren't that big, and buddy, it is tight. So this is the 2015 Cadillac ATS with a 2.0 turbo motor, but they also use this motor in a lot of other cars, so Camaros and stuff. So hopefully somebody will find this helpful. Remember, when ordering that seal, you got to order that special seal, and it is not included in the valve cover seals. So look it over. Got any questions? Message me. I'll do my best. Thank you.